Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10 and 11. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to our venerable apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with a quick lesson, low and be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I have an article, once again, highlighting the times that we're in. All right, specifically as we heading towards the chaotic times known as Jacob's trouble, which within that we're going to see the official unveiling of the mandatory implementation of the MOTB. As you've been hearing the prophets, the true men of the Lord, starting from my elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, all right, giving you the warning for years. Okay, and it looks like all the signs are pointing to very soon we're going to be able to see this thing actually become mainstream. Okay, because we're starting to see that these elites are looking for a way to bring it out. All right, they're looking for a way. They already have the technology, but they're just looking for the right way to bring it out, so that way it's normalized. Okay, but they know as well as we know that according to biblical prophecy, that will literally spell the end of America, Babylon the Great, and pretty much the way the world operates today. All right, the ways of the world, otherwise known as this age, will be wiped away clean. Okay, but we're seeing the signs, and one of the signs we're looking at here, all right, is in the form of this article here. It says, developing chaos as thousands of Aussies are locked out of their bank accounts due to tech outage. All right, that's Australia. Okay, remember, we've been saying that the two countries to really pay attention to when it comes to all this new age technology leading to the MOTB is Australia and Canada. And of course, you could throw the UK in there as well. All right, I really see Australia being more of the land where they're going to implement the MOTB with the banks. All right, I see Canada doing it with the health, and I see the UK doing it more on a draconian military style. You know what I mean? But we'll see. All right, through the Spirit, that's kind of how I see it, but who knows, right? But anyway, let's read. It says, furious NAB bank customers, I guess National Australian Bank, NAB. All right, let's read. It says, furious NAB bank customers have been struck by a major tech outage impacting its internet, mobile, and desktop banking services. Okay, now a couple of weeks ago, we had CrowdStrike, okay, which pretty much crippled the internet world, especially here in the West. It's pretty much around the world, but America has felt it the most because you had airlines that had to be stopped, right? You had people at the airports going crazy, right? Jobs, that works with, software that is, funded or at least working by the way of CrowdStrike. They all got affected. There was a lot of Windows computers that were affected by it, and so on and so forth. Okay, now imagine the next coming few months, there's some form of outage that we've been talking about. An example will be Cyber Polygon, right, which is an affiliation with World Economic Forum and their so-called agendas for the foreseeable future. Imagine they come out and they finally officially do what they've been saying that they're going to do for so long, right? What kind of ramifications will that have? And how fast would it take before you see society actually just collapse? Okay, I'm talking about people actually bug out and fulfill the prophecies, especially in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, going into people just bugging the hell out, ransacking people's homes and all kinds of shit, right? Things are bad now. Imagine when things are openly bad. See, when it becomes the mainstay where police ain't doing nothing, they're not doing nothing right now. Okay, you got women who are out here doing videos in their cars. Okay, they're looking busted as all hell, and they sound what? They sound hopeless. Okay, that's the theme of America. All this stuff leads to chaos. When you have a messed up so-called justice system, because all the people that commit the crimes are being let loose in the streets. Okay, and then the ones who are actually abiding by the laws are being harassed by the police and all kinds of stuff. That results in chaos. When you look at like I said, the so-called justice system, which is really an injustice system, where those who are supposed to be upholding the law, enforcing the law, so-called, right, bringing those who break the law to justice, they are even more corrupt than the ones who are committing the crimes. See? So how are you even going to enforce or reprimand people who break the law on a daily basis? It's a system of breaking laws. Okay? So when it comes to them trampling over your so-called human rights and constitutional rights for you to be forced to take a MOTB, they're not going to think twice about that. You know? That's why they could send a damn demon beast like Kamala Harris to come and parade, a dumbass retard like her to come and parade talking about she gonna do something for America. What is she gonna do? This is all part of the chaos that's brewing. Okay, Trump on the other hand, now his thing is, oh, this nigga is about to get assassinated now. Everywhere he goes, oh, yo, you gotta watch out. Well, whatever happened back then could happen now. You know, or there's somebody who's trying to assassinate Trump. Oh, you know. It's a joke, man. All right. But we'll see. All right. Going back to the article, it says, slacking for the ranting, by the way. All right. It says more than 1,900 complaints were made to tech monitoring website Down Detector by 4:30 p.m. Thursday by frustrated customers who couldn't use the bank app and other online services. So when that when that happens here in America, because over the past year and a half, pretty much, we saw a major theme, especially in 2023, which was with the banks. You had SVB, I think that's what it's called, Silicon Valley Bank. Yeah, so SVB, right? They were the first, I believe, it was in April or May, somewhere around there last year. And they went down, and guess what? It was a trickle-down effect. All these other banks, major banks, all right, started to also close branches and, you know, going through the similar situations. Okay? And the Fed had to come in and, you know, oh, we're going to raise interest rates and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. You know, we'll balance things out again. You ain't balancing shit out. Okay? You're not going to balance a goddamn thing out because guess what? America's debt is unpayable. That's why she's going to be cooked. All right, you're not gonna pay up that debt. As a matter of fact, it's done by design so we could switch over to this new form of currency as an excuse to pay off or clean off America's debt. All right, and your leaders are all gonna fall for it. They're all gonna do it. They're gonna act like it's something new to them. But nigga, they behind closed doors agreeing to these things. If not, they wouldn't be in those positions. So when you carry your stupid ass up to go vote for Trump or vote for Kamala Harris or whoever puppet that they're going to put in your face, understand that they're already down with the plan. Okay? Because if they weren't down with the plan, they wouldn't be in that position for you to even see them, to think you're going to vote for them. Okay? What did George Carlin say? He said it's a big club and you're not in it. Okay? It's a huge club and you ain't in it, man. All right? And those people who are in it are the ones who make the world go around. All right, and you just a spoke on the wheel. You know, that's all. That's about it. You know. So continuing says the NAB spokesperson told Daily Mail Australia at 6:39 p.m. that its services were up and running again. So two hours later, all right, they were up and running. So within those 2 hours, if you're running a business or whatever the case may be, that's heavy traffic that you're going to be losing out on right there. Okay, and that's a problem. 2 hours in corporate world is like a day or 2 days. You know, things are happening. Everything, like numbers are moving. Okay, numbers that make a difference from last year to this year. You know, when customers, I remember I used to work in retail, and every morning we have a meetings, right? We'll always go over numbers. We'll go over the daily numbers, what is expected for that day, what we did a year to that day, right? LY, right? Last year, this is what we did. We made 30,000 on, August 22nd, 2023. So this year, our goal is to make 40,000. That's that kind of shit. So those 2 hours, if you down, your business is down in 2 hours, you're like, that makes the week. Sometimes you might be like, oh, they'll get to a point, they'll be like, oh, those 2 hours that we missed out on a lot of traffic there because the internet was down. That caused us, we couldn't make our week this week. So that means that, we can't make our bonus. It plays a role in that type of shit. The next week they'll come back, they'll be like, oh, we didn't make our week last week, so we got to make it up this week. But what if it's a continuous thing where every single week, all throughout, you ain't making no weeks? The business is gonna go down and under. And that's exactly what happened to the company that I was actually working in. And the funny thing, I'll say real quick, and I'll go back to the article. When I was there, everything was good. When we started getting towards the end of it, the Spirit had it where there was a lot of conflict. All of a sudden, they putting all these new people in, new management, and they just coming on some like, we gonna run shit that way. We got to do it the right way, corporate way. So all the ways you guys used to do things that was working, we're going to just switch it up and put it how we see fit. We have no experience in working in the field, so to speak, but we just going to come in here based on our numbers. We just going to start making things happen. And there was a conflict there. Upper management, myself, other people there was always some type of conflict. And when it happened, I threw up some prayers, and guess what happened? Some of the managers who were being demons, the Lord started jacking them up in their personal lives. All of a sudden, one lady's pregnant. She gets into a car accident. That's a whole problem. Then shortly after that, her dogs die. It's like, damn, And I'm hearing all these things, and I'm just quiet, like, yep, hey. And then I'm just looking at it, I'm like, you next. The Lord gonna get you next. Next thing you know, my mom died, and I'm going through this, and I can't go to work for the next week. One motherfucker's going through divorce because he got caught cheating. Another person, it's like, damn. See? And then soon after that, the whole entire store went crashing down. And the Lord got us up out of there quick before that whole shit happened. But hey, that's the fate that America is going to face. Because they're going to start coming against the men of the Lord for the truth that we're bringing out. And guess what? It's going to be a problem for them. The harder you come against us, the harder you fall. The quicker you're going to fall. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do much. We're just going to sit back and keep telling you the truth. And you're just going to keep kicking yourself in the ass. Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is going to do all that for us, man. All right. So continuing back in the article, it says the first reports of NAB services being down came around 3:50 p.m. according to Down Detector. It's the second major tech outage to hit bank in the past 2 months. Okay, so that's a trend, right? Now check this out. One thing Esau always does as well is getting people conditioned, right? One time something new happens, right? It's almost like a phenomena, right? Everyone's attention goes to it. It becomes like, oh man, what happened here? What's going on? That kind of thing. And then after a while, it becomes a mainstay where, the same thing happens over and over. I remember years ago when you heard about a school shooting or a mass shooting, everybody was like, yo, it's on the news. We're talking about it in school. They're sending up prayers, all kinds of shit, right? They're doing donations to help the families who are affected. These kind of things was happening. Over the years, when it became a thing where it's just like, oh, every year you hear 2, 3 mass shootings, maybe 4 or 5 mass shootings. Oh, this school just got hit. Oh, this place over here, this nightclub over here. See, it becomes a thing where people hear it all the time. So it's not even that effective. See, it's pretty bad, but it's not as effective on the people because they're just used to it. And every step, Esau tightens up the grip on your liberties, your freedoms, because he needs to do that in order to stop these type of crimes from happening. Oh, we got to come after the guns, right? So imagine if people are just going around stabbing people. Would they say, oh, you got to come after the knives? They don't go after the criminals. They look at the crime and then they put a blanket thing. Oh, this is why we got to come up with a new law to protect against this kind of crime. You know, not the criminals, but the crime itself. We need to persecute the crime. By doing that, you're making more criminals. You see? So that's how Esau operates. So this whole banking thing going down is just another step, right? So it's going to be more frequent. But the more frequent it happens, the less people are paying attention to it. So when the big one finally happens, it's going to catch them all off guard, because all those little ones, we paying attention to it. See? And we always look at, oh, there's another one going down. Yo, that's great. That means we're closer to the end. Motherfuckers listen to they hear that and they it happened. Yeah, it happened in Switzerland. Oh, okay, cool. It happened in Australia. Okay, cool. Until their banks hitting them with those outages, where on payday or rent day you can't get your money, your access to your money. See, your company that you work for can't pay you. Okay, the bank that you can actually go to and get some money, they tell you that they're also down. They can't do nothing for you. And guess what? You're not the only person going through that. You know what kind of shockwaves that's going to send through America? It's going to be everything's going to come to a standstill. See, everyone's just going to be like, what the fuck happened? Reality sets in. And now that they got your attention, get ready. They're going to start rolling out the propaganda. See, it's all going to come beautifully, because the end goal is to have everyone micro C-hipped. Okay. It says it's the second major tech outage to hit bank in the past 2 months. Currently, NAB's system experiencing a technical issue which is affecting the functionality of the NAB app and internet banking, the bank tweeted earlier on Thursday. Please allow some time as our support teams are working hard to fix this. We appreciate your patience and apologize for the inconvenience. So what happened here? Last time was CrowdStrike, when they were doing some type of software update, blah, blah, and then everything crashed. What happened here? See, as the more frequent it happens, they don't need to explain anything to you. They don't need to come up with no stories. They just say, oh, we're fixing it. One day, you're going to wake up and the fix, or we're fixing it. The actual problem that will be fixed will be, here we are. Everything is digital. We were having so many cyber attacks when things were not digital. Now everything is digital. We can track everything. Nobody could lock into it because of the security systems that we have digitally. It's hard for anyone to break into this. Okay, now in order for you to be secure, because it's all for your benefit, right? For you to be secure and have a secure banking account where nobody's going to steal from you, your money's not going to be lost by cyber threats or whatever, come on in, sign up digitally, get your digital ID, right? In a way of your RFID microchip, okay? Radio frequency, because it's going to be able to work with your environment, your cars, your doors to your jobs, to your homes, right? Anything that you need to use your ID for, that's going to be it. Anything that you need to use to buy or sell, that's going to be it. Okay? It's going to be your everything. Basically, your God. Okay? Your access, that's your power, your access to anything in this society is going to be through that. Your identification, radio frequency ID, identification. So digital ID with radio frequency kind of sounds very similar, right? Sounds like something over there. But yet these other camps, they just don't see it. They don't see it. They call it, what did Bishop Yawasab say? I forgot exactly how he said it. He basically was making fun of the fact that the RFID microchip is MOTB, but it is what it is. Who's surprised by that? Anyway, so continue. It says, so even though they're apologizing, check this out. It says, angry customers took to social media to vent their frustrations. That's all you can do. Okay, for now, that's all you can do. And very soon, guess what? When there's no internet to go vent your frustrations, what are you going to do? They're going to take to the streets. Okay, the frustration will boil over. They will take to the streets. All right, we can't take this anymore. It says, is there a problem with internet banking? Really slow to log in, and once in, immediately thrown out, one customer tweeted. Another wrote, has internet banking been hacked? asking for a new version of online banking but won't work. Another ex-user wondered. A third added, what the F is wrong with NAB internet banking? So people are getting pissed. All right, people are getting pissed. And let's see where that's written. Okay, so we've seen the beginnings of these prophecies, man. All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 20, down to verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All right, and that's a prophecy of what's about to happen to this system, to this world. Okay, you're starting to see it already in different countries with all these crazy protests and riots and places being set up on fire, but you're not seeing it in the news like that. But it's happening. And it's all happening because the governments of these countries are shifting everything into a digital way, but they're doing it in such a draconian way that the people are getting affected by it on a large scale. So they're pissed. Okay, they're pissed off and they're fighting back. All right. So that's exactly what the prophet Job, all right, is talking about here. It says, when you read in the NIV, in the midst of his plenty, right? That's why you see a lot of people have less, right? Because these elites have so much power. That's their plenty. They have so much power that they can boldly come out and say, we're going to do this. By 2030, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Nigga, who the fuck made you God, man? You know? Like, you don't see these people in the streets walking around working 9 to 5s and struggling like everybody else. They go to fucking Davos, Switzerland, in a secluded place somewhere where they're getting treated with the highest stars of hotel, service you can get. Okay, flying in private jets while they're telling the rest of the people, stop flying because you're polluting the air that we breathe. Like, nigga, what? Who made you? Who gave you that power? You went to school like everybody else, right? How did you become so special that you just up there thinking you could dictate how life should be lived here on Earth? Oh, we got to depopulate. These they call people primates. Like, who the fuck? Like, this shit is very vexing when you hear shit like that. A measly old Edomite talking like that. It's like, damn, bro. See? But that's what happens when you're in the midst of your plenty. Okay, it says distress will overtake him. All right, you best believe Esau, they stressed out right now. Okay, that's why they're setting up the stage to come against the men of the Lord, the beginning of their distress. All right, we live and rent free in their heads. Okay, brothers is living rent free. We sitting in living rooms, getting our feet kicked back, right? Sipping on some yayan, right? In their heads, they're stressed out. Okay, so stressed. The past couple of years, these Rothschilds been dying off. That's how much stress that's how much stress we causing them. They're like, listen, these Hebrew Israelites, man, they keep hammering us. I remember brothers used to do videos on the Rothschilds almost every day. The Rothschild family, the Rothschild. They got so stressed out, motherfuckers start dying off. Stress is too much. But guess what? You're gonna be coming right back in the kingdom, and you're gonna serve your time. Death will not save you from what you got to go through. Okay, if you let us into captivity, you shall go into captivity. These are signs before that time. Okay, right? It says, in the midst of his plenty, distress will overtake him. The full force of misery will come upon him. All right, they don't got that. Let me see. The NASB 20 says, in the fullness of his excess, he will be cramped. The hand of everyone who suffers will come against him, right? And that's going into the word wicked is actually going into the Hebrew word imal, which is laborers, right? So the so-called known as the working class. Those are the people who are getting affected the most by all this, right? And what are they going to do? They're going to have to rise up. Okay, they will rise up and come against this Orwellian, draconian, Edomite lifestyle that they're trying to push. All right, Esau and them. Okay, so we go back. Job 20. Oh shit, it's a lot. There you go. Job 20 and 22. Once again, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and he shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Right? It's kind of like a snake, like a serpent. When they about to, when they get a kill, and they start like a python, when he starts, doing the beginning stage of digestion, when he starts swallowing down, right? Imagine while he's doing that, let's say the maybe he caught a deer. That motherfucker could be probably like 3/4 down. If that snake gets startled, what happens? He's gonna start throwing it up because he has to flee. When they swallow like that, they gotta lay down for a while, sometimes 3 months. Right? They'll lay in a certain spot for like 3 months for the food to digest, break down and everything. And then they start moving again. So within that, he just got a fresh kill and he sees some threat coming. He's going to either want to swallow it up quick, or he's going to be like, shit, I got to throw this up so I can run, save my life. So Esau is in the same stead, that why he's at the point where he's like, yo, we don't have much time. We got to go. So he's cramping up. He's moving quick, right? But at the same time, that being hasty will be to his detriment. Because now when you start moving that quick, you miss steps. Okay? Sometimes when you run, you have a higher chance of falling than when you walk. Okay? Because you could trip up something, you could step and then jump and then miss a step and then fuck your ankle up or some shit. Something. You might step on a stone or something because you're in speed. You might not even see it. You might trip on something. But if you're walking, you're very careful. Everything is slow steps. See? That's why when you look at since 1776 that they brought this whole concept of the Adam Weishaupt, Illuminati, New World Order bullshit here, right? It was gradual steps from 1776 to now. This is the fastest they've ever moved heading towards that so-called New World Order. Okay? This is the fastest they've ever moved. Every time that they do shit, it takes 10, 15, 20 years before you see it materialize. Now is, months. A couple of weeks, a couple of months, things are happening quick. And I said, like I said in times before, things that used to happen within 50 to 70 years is happening within 3 to 6 months, a year tops. See? So that's how fast things are moving, man. Scripture says what knowledge shall increase, right? Go into that word knowledge, it goes into ciencia, which is science, to know. Right? Everything they do nowadays is all science and technology and all these things advancing to the point where they want to merge humans with science and robots. See what I'm saying? It's all part of the end times. Okay? So verse 23, Job 20:23 says, when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So while he's going through the world, conquering and mandating the MOTB and so on and so forth, getting people to actually take it, right? That's the eating process, thinking he's got it. Boom. The Lord's going to cast a fury upon him. Okay, he shall flee from the iron weapon and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Ultimately talking about the nuclear missiles. Okay, because America will be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Okay, and the number one country, according to biblical prophecy, that's going to fulfill that will be Russia. Okay, and they have missiles that they've already shown. And I believe a few months ago, they were traveling. They took the missiles from, I think, was it from the west to the east or from the east to the west? I think it was from east to west, right? Cross country. Okay, because they want to position it and get it ready to shoot them to shoot them arrows towards the west. All right, that whore known as Babylon, America. Okay, and they got something known as Satan 2. Right, the Satan 2 missile, right, the Sarmat 2, right. So that thing, hey, they say that it could get here within 11 to 15 minutes or something like that. So hey, gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. All right. Verse 25, it says, "It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him," right? So, hey, ultimately, man, this place we know is going to be completely destroyed. Let's read this, verse 26. "All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle." Okay, so that brings into mind in the book of Zechariah, where it talks about their eyes shall melt in their sockets, their tongue shall melt, and so on and so forth. Right? Complete nuclear annihilation. Okay, and when you look at what happened in World War II, I think, all right, where the Jays were pushing for Germany's destruction, you know, there's stories that, you know, they were going around, all right, pushing for certain military people to go into certain countries, and the kind of things they were doing to people, lighting them up on fire, like burning up cities, like on some shit. See, that you're not going to hear too much about in history because it paints a very bad picture on these Jays. But man, they are evil, evil personified. All right. So it says, the fire not blown shall consume them. So this is not the type of fire that, you know, you small little fire that in the ancient times you blow through it and then it picks up more. Now this is the Lord sending that fire. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming over here, it's landing, and it's destroying, the besom of destruction. You know, it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. You know what I mean? The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. Right. So the heaven, right, ultimately is also talking about, you know, this word. Okay, going through the ether realm, using the so-called internet. Okay, which you got satellites in the heavens and so on and so forth, which helps transmit the videos, right? That's why we call something known as upload, right? You send it up, right, to the heavens, to the clouds, so-called. Okay, and the earth rise up against him because now the earth is receiving that information. As Yahushua said, this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole entire earth, and then the end shall come. How is that happening? Psalms 19. Okay, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Okay, so that's part of it all. All right, so it's not just talking about the cosmic realm, it's also talking about the information being pushed throughout the world. Okay, and as a result, people are waking up against the wicked rulers of this earth. Okay, so yeah, man, we're definitely entering into some dangerous times, right? And that day of unexpected pain and suffering, all right, is almost here. Okay, let's see if I can pull it up real quick, and then we're gonna close it out. All right, this is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Start from verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Okay, so a lot of people are going to get caught off guard because they're not paying attention, even when the signs are right in their face. Okay, I'm telling you, a lot of people are oblivious to everything that's going on. This is major stuff going on around the world, and most people have no idea that these things are happening. No clue, none. See, and if we ever mention it to them, man, they look at us like we crazy. It's like, what the fuck? So we don't waste our time. All right, don't waste your time. You know, but hey, it's called judgment. All right, judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it off there. Lowell, and you are edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Racha Kodash, the water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And until next time, Shalom.